0.45 changed $1,283 to 17. You are not failing because the tools are saturated. You are failing because you don't know what killed it. Let's isolate the variable. Everything else is noise. You've heard it, you've said it. I tried everything and nothing works. You bought the course, you generated the script, you uploaded the video. 4 months later, the dashboard shows $17. Everyone else is showing the graphs that go up and to the right, and you're staring at a flat line. You think there must be something they're not showing. You are correct, they are not showing you this screen. This is the retention graph, not views, not impressions. Retention, this is the diagnostic scan of your video's brain, and right here at 0.45 you have a massive hemorrhage. You are losing 62% of your audience in a single second because the video's promise just died, and YouTube's algorithm is a promise enforcement machine. The bottleneck isn't your AI voice, your script, or your niche. It's a variable YouTube tracks that you've never looked at. You think low RPM is a niche problem. It's not. It's a retention signal problem. A broken signal at 0.45 tells the ad server your content is a liability and your RPM is bleeding by 92% while you're fixing things that don't matter. Watch the retention curve. Here is the cost you are actually paying. A video with a healthy signal gets an RPM of $42. Your video with identical AI generation, identical niche, but a catastrophic drop at 0.45 gets an RPM of $1.84. For every 1,000 views that healthy channel gets, they earn $42. For every 1,000 you get, you earn $1.84. That is not a 50% loss. That is a structural 95.6% revenue destruction created by a single timestamp. You run the same system, you got the views, but your 4,200 views made $7.73 in ad revenue. The healthy signal made $176 from the exact same traffic. The difference is not the AI, the difference is what happened in the seconds leading up to 0.45. You are pouring traffic into a leaky bucket and the algorithm is punishing you for sending it bad data. Here is the deeper, more expensive violation. You think high views fix a low RPM? The data shows the opposite. A broken retention curve with high views doesn't fix the problem. It compounds the failure signal. More views send more negative data to the algorithm, confirming your video is a dead end. The algorithm then assigns a low RPM tier to your entire channel, not just that one video. High views with a broken curve are a liability amplifier. You are paying YouTube with your own data to suppress your future content. The mechanism of the kill is not the drop itself, it's the 15 seconds preceding it. The drop is just the effect, the cause is a broken promise. At 0.30 your viewer makes a decision, your hook and title made a specific dopamine-driven promise. By 0.45, if that promise is not being paid off, the primitive brain registers a violation and clicks away. The fatal 15 seconds is where you explained context instead of delivering the payoff. The fix is not adding more information, the fix is surgical removal. You don't need a better hook, you need to amputate the context. The mechanism is a trigger action output loop. The trigger identified the first timestamp where retention drops below 60%. The action cut the 15 seconds directly preceding that timestamp. The output, the promise, is now delivered before the brain's 45-second patience threshold collapses. Zero new scripts, zero new AI tools, just a scalpel. When you re-upload, the first 30 seconds now deliver the reward instantaneously. The retention signal transforms from a liability into an asset. The algorithm receives a high satisfaction data packet and completely re-evaluates the video. When you're ready to isolate the bottleneck rather than guess, the tool I use for retention analytics is TubeBuddy. It visualizes these kill points instantly, but it's just a variable. It won't fix the bottleneck. You will. The link is in the description, but promise me you'll open the retention graph first. We isolated the variable on a channel with 4 failed AI videos. We didn't change the AI voice. We didn't change the background footage. We didn't rewrite a single word of the script. We removed the 15 seconds of context between 0.28 and 0.43. where the video was explaining what it was about to do instead of just doing it. We re-uploaded. Revenue didn't just increase, it underwent a tier reclassification. The same video with the exact same content body was re-evaluated by YouTube's ad server because the initial retention signal was now a perfectly flat line past the 30-second mark. The algorithm determined the content had high satisfaction. It reassigned the video from a 1.84 RPM trash tier to a 42.70 RPM premium tier. From $17.42 to $203.11 in 48 hours. We changed 15 seconds. The system changed the channel's entire revenue architecture. Failure is just data with a bottleneck. Over the next 90 days, Path A is a tactical death spiral. You will change your AI voice, redesign your thumbnails, and watch your RPM continue to collapse because the fundamental signal is broken. Path B is a structural fix. You will open the diagnostic tool you've been ignoring, locate the kill variable, and turn every future video into a retention asset before it even has a chance to fail. This is not motivation, this is system architecture. You've now seen the 0.45 kill variable in action, but there's a second invisible curve that matters more than retention. It's called click-through expectation match, and a mismatch there will cap your RPM at $3 no matter how flat your retention is. That is the bottleneck we isolate next. The full implementation framework, including the 12 most common failure timestamps and the exact cuts to fix them, is available in the bottleneck audit template linked in the description. You are not failing because AI tools are saturated. You are failing because you are trained to measure output, not retention. You are a mechanic who only checked if the engine turned on, never looking at why it stalled at 40 miles per hour. You don't need more tools, you don't need a new niche, you need a new diagnostic. The difference between $17 and $1,283 was never the AI. It was knowing that everything else is noise. Now you see what they don't show you, now you don't have to guess. The only thing left is to open the graph, find the timestamp, and isolate the variable system breakdown.